Good evening, family. Welcome to another episode of Melinated Righteousness. You know, where we believe that in doing what's right is right, and a consecutive state of doing right leads unto righteousness. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, I know it's been probably a little while, probably about 2 weeks since I did a video, so I definitely was looking forward to, getting back with you guys on the topic of blackness in America. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a natural thing that when you see what's going on in our state, across the nation, you see where we're being treated as second class, or or not even as citizens in some cases, which leads me to this topic that I wanted to discuss today. You've seen the police brutality, the court systems where that people aren't being allowed to testify. You're having all white juries in some cases, and so I wanted to briefly or somewhat go over something that I've written down, and I wanted to make a case, for our community, and this will be my case as far as blackness in America, and I'm not speaking of, the political part of our country, but I'm speaking for the general public. So I want to state a arguments for commonwealth concerning the black community. Our cries have been, unheard. So the only thing that really comes from, the things that we're facing, is fingerprints, things that mainstream media would tell us we need to forget, things that they don't want to discuss, but as the noun commonwealth, where is the welfare or the general good when you can't even go to the store or something, without mistaken identity and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? What is the advantage, if you are targeted for being in a quote unquote certain community? It's like, where's the commonwealth in that? Like I said, let me keep going. So the psyche of this country that imprisons, like that imprisons so many of its people that we make up almost 50% of people in prison. So I got this off of the NAACP site. So it's been like a 500% increase over just the last 40 years. you know, and so the reason why I'm speaking on Commonwealth today is because it seems like a rip current ever since, you know what I'm saying, ever since we've been free. You know, it's like, well, we don't want them to have an advantage. We don't want them to be able to prosper. We don't want black people to be able to thrive. You know what I'm saying? And even after, you know, the Civil War, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, as far as blacks, you know what I'm saying, in comparison to whites, if you would, in this country, they still outnumber us. So, I mean, there's no other way to look at it. I mean, because, you know, since the civil rights movement, you know, they're the ones that you know, have pretty much brought in all, you know, other nationalities and things of that nature, which I don't have a problem with. But it's like we have to, you know, there's no place for the black man or black people in this country. You know what I'm saying? Not unless you are, you know what I'm saying, totally desolate, you know, and, you know what I'm saying, then you can, you know what I'm saying, be frowned upon and things of that nature, you know. If we can't use you as a proxy or make, you know, keep you under our foot, then, you know what I'm saying, we have a problem with you, you know. And so like I said, the psyche of this country is that they want to pretend like that it's just the imagination of black people when we talk about, you know what I'm saying, bias and racial treatment, you know, whereas, you know, you going into a restaurant, you can't order food without somebody, you know what I'm saying, maybe having an attitude sometime. And, you know, it's like when, you know what I'm saying, whenever we, you know what I'm saying, we want to say something, you know, it's like you know, you shouldn't have came in there and all this kind of stuff, you know, like we don't have rights in this country. So yeah, I just wanted to just make this video, you know what I'm saying, about that, you know. So when it comes to ADOS, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, you know, what people are talking about, you know, these are some of the things that, you know what I'm saying, we could focus on, you know what I'm saying. It's like all the things, you know what I'm saying, like the segregation and all this type of stuff, you know, none of those things express citizenship. None of those things express the commonwealth of a functioning country, you know what I'm saying. But yet they want to try to you know, regurgitate instances where you've been redlined and oppressed and, you know, racially profiled. And if someone happens to have a word or any type of backlash, then you see it as an excuse to go all out, you know, and want to criminalize and punish individuals, you know what I'm saying. Whereas in, you know, the Commonwealth, which you want to call yourselves as governors, you know, you have to speak for all the people. You can't just speak for one specific group of people and let that be your stance. You know, it's like if you don't want to do the hard work, then we don't need you to do any work at all. You know, so this is you know what I'm saying, gonna be in my video log. You know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, what are these electees, what are they talking about? They are making their claims that they want to run for president. You know what I'm saying, where the presidency of this country consists of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying, and we want to see where you stand, or you will reap the repercussions. So or there will be repercussions. So that's what I wanted to make this video on. Please share the video, like the video. You know what I'm saying. Tell your friends about the video. You know what I'm saying. And we're gonna continue to support one another. You know what I'm saying. I'm definitely not one that is big on undercutting or trying to minimize what someone is doing. You know what I'm saying. If if you want to say that you're doing this or doing that, well then I feel like people should be able to make a comment, or if they feel like that's what they want to do. I mean, you can't be telling people what to say, you know what I'm saying, if you're doing a live stream or whatever. So that's just my thoughts on it. All right, this has been another episode of Melinated Righteousness, consisting of blackness in America. You guys take care and have a good evening. Bye-bye.